largest group of pirates in all dimensions. The constellation must be one of their investors. Ban remembered that Professor Yumina had already mentioned the Exodus pirates. Slight didn't understand what was happening, since these guys were after them. Dako found it interesting. We would eventually meet them while climbing the tower. Was having this experience now not beneficial? Ban ended up agreeing, making Slight frown. You guys really understand each other. However, Slight felt that there was something wrong with one of the constellation's lines about the tower treating them specially. Their speculation was now confirmed. Is anyone feeling something? Slight even looked worried. It was at that moment that Ruchel received a notification. Slight, too, as did Dako. The three, leaving Ban aside, gathered to see the notification, which worried the main character. Did you guys get a message from the director? Dako, in fact, denied it, but revealed that it was something that should have also happened to him. The three's level had increased, and, being left aside, Ban was scared. Dako saw her level go up for the first time since they entered the tower. Could this be a reward given by the tower for us dealing with the constellation's attack? She thought. Slight found it frustrating if that had really happened as Dako imagined. Ruchel, seeing her stats increase a lot, was visibly satisfied. The trio was sitting, watching how much they had improved, while Ban and Yvonne remained aside, a little annoyed. Seeing his colleagues use status windows for the first time, the main character realized that they just hadn't evolved yet because their average was already too high. Going back to thinking about himself, he wondered if the tower was ignoring him since he hadn't received any notification or reward. To be sure, he activated the all-seeing eye ability. He then realized he was wrong. In the middle of the crater, left by the explosion, he saw a concept hovering between the smoke and dust. A strange concept was floating exactly at the point where that enemy had disappeared. The main character approached the concept with a gamble in mind. Believing that that was his reward, he touched the concept. Immediately, upon touching the spiritual item, a strong glow of energy spread. Words and more words ran up Ban's arm, transmitting him large amounts of stats. Ban was surprised to see himself gaining 79 life points, something insane. In addition, among the concepts, there were some he had never seen before. The first was the concept of metamorphosis, something that normally couldn't be applied to humans. The other was star scar, a trace of the brightness of a pure star that remained even after all individuals had been swept away. The main character imagined that the first represented a superior force of transformation, while the second was related to constellations. While Ban tried to understand how he could use these concepts, Ivan appeared, hissing his tongue at him. When Ban asked Eve if she wanted the metamorphosis concept, the little snake wiggled effusively with a happy look. Sighing, the main character recovered the concept. Okay, it's not like I'm gonna use this anyway. Come on, eat, Eve. With affection, the little snake devoured the metamorphosis concept, and immediately traces of energy began to run through her body. Ban's scream of surprise got his companion's attention, who soon looked in his direction. Ruchel was the first to approach, asking what had happened. Trembling, Ban replied, Eve, she's turned into an egg. The main character was holding an egg with digital characteristics in his hands. A notification appeared from it. Object has mastered a lower-tier concept, origin mutation in progress. Worried, Ruchel asked if that had happened before. Ban confirmed that it had, but explained that last time, Eve had hatched immediately after turning into an egg, which wasn't happening now. Slight imagined that this was happening because it was Eve's second evolution. Dako crossed her arms with a provocative smile. That little girl probably evolved too. Ruchel, who had picked up the egg, felt a warm energy coming from it. Trembling, Ban even bit his nails. What do I do? What do I do? We've lost the only way to calm Ruchel down in emergencies. Hearing Ban's comment about Ruchel, Slight was worried. However, as the next floor was a rest area, they were relatively calm. It was when they talked about the next floor that the change was activated. Seconds later, they appeared on a floor that looked more like a garden under a dome. A beautiful fountain with a water spout had been built in the center of that place, while stone staircases led to higher gardens. This was the 10th floor, about which they had only heard stories. It was said that sometimes there would be no food or drink if the climbers were unlucky, but that place was completely different. Walking through the place, Ban commented, Actually, it seems like we got pretty lucky. Slight went to some trees and collected some fruits called Eden fruits. Fruits that could recover fatigue and increase each individual's potential. You absolutely have to eat them during the rest zones. Hearing his colleague's advice, the main character took one of the fruits and took a bite. As soon as he ate it, he was amazed by the sweet and citrus flavor it had. Next to him, Dako had also tried a fruit, and she herself almost melted with that flavor. Ban couldn't help but compliment. It's delicious. I've never tasted anything so amazing. Dako followed his line of reasoning. This is the sweetest flavor I've ever tasted. I can feel a slight increase in my internal energy. Sitting on a bench, Ruchel ate some grapes peacefully. Her hair had even lightened because of it. Provocatively, Dako asked if they should eat all the fruits on the floor before moving on, or even pack some. But Slight reminded her that they weren't allowed, and that the fruits would disappear when they left the floor. As Dako got frustrated with the rules, Ban tried to investigate if there was a way to take those fruits with him. It was then that notifications appeared. You've eaten a fruit of Eden and the unique fruit, the fruit of knowledge. From now on, the all-seeing eye can distinguish sins. The protagonist was confused. Looking at the fruit in his hand, he wondered if it was really called the fruit of knowledge. So this fig-like fruit is called that? Despite having gained a new power, he tried to imagine what exactly distinguishing sins meant. At that moment, Ruchel got everyone's attention, saying she had found a mysterious box. Dako crossed her arms, explaining right after, "This is a reward for achievements. Even on the lower floors, there must be something interesting inside, right? After all, we haven't gone through common experiences so far." Everyone finally remembered what they had faced in the last few days. They had faced constellations twice, besides several elite monsters and a trap zone. Ban, recalling those difficulties, thought that all of that had been packed and delivered to the group, which made him believe that the reward would be worth it. As he approached the wooden chest with golden details, Ban was impressed. "Wow, this must be the achievement reward we heard about." Since Ruchel wasn't well informed about the subject, he explained, "There's a treasure in each rest zone to reward the achievements you get. Since this is a wooden chest with gold details, it must be among the highest levels of the lower rank." Ruchel was confused about how the chests were evaluated, and Ban continued, "The treasure chests on the rest floors are ranked according to the material: wood, copper, silver, and gold. The better the material, the better the content." Excited about the reward, Slight wanted to open the chest immediately, but Dako stopped him. Confused, Slight asked why, and Dako was direct. "Let Ban open the box." Slight became even more confused, and was soon surprised by the explanation. "I feel like we'll have bad luck if you open the chest." Ruchel immediately agreed. Desperate, Slight wanted to know why he deserved that, and Dako was clear. He's unlucky. While the two argued as always, Ban opened the chest, with Ruchel peeking beside him. As soon as the two saw the shiny content, they swallowed hard, surprised. Ban recognized the item inside the chest, a magic wand for a magical girl. The wand inside the chest was a short pink staff with a bow and a large heart-shaped gem. Light, who didn't know such an item, believed that there was no clear function for it and soon imagined that it was a ceremonial tool. Picking up the wand, Ruchel commented, "This has a curious shape." Feeling the aura that emanated from the object, Dako imagined that it must be an artifact. A little more aware of what that item could be, the protagonist asked to borrow it from Ruchel. Just from the design, Ban knew that item was from his world, an item used by magical girls. Upon checking the object's attributes, he discovered that all its concepts were related to magic, besides having an incredible 200 soul points. Seeing how Ban looked thoughtfully at the wand, Dako approached. "Did you find out anything?" After analyzing the item, Ban revealed his thoughts. "I think it's a magical teaching tool for beginners. There seems to be an ego imbued in the item to teach its user." Slight was shocked to hear that an item could have an ego that taught people. Before their disbelief increased, the wand in Ban's hand began to twist as if it had a life of its own. As Ban recognized the item, he made a request. "Guys, can I keep this?" "Of course, I'll pay for it." Quickly, the protagonist's whole team agreed to let him keep the object. They recognized the efforts made by Ban until then, and felt the need to reward him. Putting the item in his inventory, the protagonist commented lightly, "I have a feeling that this little guy will help me a lot." After storing the items, Ban began to collect countless fruits, and quickly, Slight warned him. "Ban, I already said there's no point in harvesting more." Ban created a basket with the fruits and handed it to him. Slight was tremendously confused. "What for? Aren't they going to disappear as soon as we leave?" Ban agreed that Slight was right. Taking out the golden jelly, he imagined he could try something, since he had nothing to lose. He did some stretches while preparing. "Okay, I'll pay you right now." Dako was a little confused and asked Ban if he was paying with money. Grabbing a new basket, the protagonist shook his head and stated that he wouldn't pay with money. He threw the new basket to Slight, asking the confused young man to follow him. Dako and Ruchel quickly realized what Ban intended to do, especially when they remembered how he had used the jelly a few days ago. The confused Slight approached the protagonist with the fruits. Ban sat on the ground while asking some questions. "Don't you guys think it's it's weird how only one fruit can be eaten, or how they disappear when they're taken outside? But what would happen if they were fused with other items? What would happen after they were consumed? Holding out his hand, the protagonist began to separate the concept of the fruits of Eden. As soon as the golden glow came out of the fruits, along with their concepts, the protagonist moved his hand to the jelly. If no one has tried this before, then why can't we be the first? A strong magic circle appeared around the jelly jar, starting the transcendental fusion of the fruit of Eden with the basic elixir. Being illuminated by the glow of the magic circle, Slight and Ruchel were surprised. In an instant, the jelly jar turned into the 30-point elixir of life, changing the aspect of the content to look even more like golden honey. Such an item now